Do you know, I had this weird phone call, just on a total side note. I had this weird phone call from this guy who was, wanting to know what I was doing and wanting to know why my version of Reiki, he was wanting to come for a session for some clarity. It was the strangest conversation. This guy was like a Reiki master and he was like at a crossroads with some kind of decision. And he was actually asking me, so what is your version of Reiki? Like, what differentiates you from everything else? And I said, well, my connection to essence. And I don't know if he understood that, but I said, I don't use anything outside of myself. I let that dictate the session. And he was like, yeah, found it fascinating. And then he goes, so what's this whole psychic reading shit? I'm like, what?
Who said,
He's like,
where did you put psychic reading? Because you haven't put that yet. Have you put that?
It's on the old site, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Like, yeah, on the old site it's on there. And I was like, well, I explained it to him, but I was like going, but yeah, but when you actually work with energy, like you would know, being a Reiki master, being able to read energy comes
But
with
they
the
don't.
territory.
That's the point. They don't. They just look at you and you start fucking chanting and throwing some shit in you, bringing the reptoids they're attached to with them.
I know.
Why I have objection, because they don't know. I'm not saying all Reiki masters are like that. You fucking put yourself down as Reiki, and I'm not putting you in that
Well,
basket.
it's not
I'm
even.
saying that's why whenever I hear the word, because there's so many rampant fucktards out there. Thanks, I'm doing Reiki, and all they're doing is really burning up their sexual energy through their hands, making you feel hot, hot, hot.
Oh, well, it would be with this guy because I was like, how can you call yourself a healer on some level, like work with energy? Let's just talk. How can you work with energy and not be able to read it to some degree? It really baffled me. Clearly, he didn't come for a session because
Now you know my frustration.
Yeah, gives it a bad name. But it was a real shock for me because I just was like, how.
Finally, you get my over the Reiki name.
I do, which is why I call it Essence Reiki because it's not really Reiki; it's all essence.
There you go. But I mean, Reiki in this case for you is like describing the action. So what's that? A verb? No, an adjective. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Whereas they all use it as a proper noun. You know, they don't. What I'm saying is, it's like it's the concept that you bring behind what is Reiki. But that's what I mean. It's like people right up there with sovereignty, right up there with multidimensionality, right up there with the organic timeline. Well, that's great. How do we get there? Right up there, it's just frustrating.
Yeah, it is really fucking frustrating. This is why I don't really venture into the New Age community around here. Only because I just.
Look at me. What do I do? Stevie Wonder. Fucking tell me.
No, I just. I don't want to be slagging it off, but at the same time, it's.
Oh, look, I love the mental stimulation.
Yeah.
You know, I love the bouncing off ideas. I love hearing the things. I love hearing their concepts because sometimes it really opens up a different experience. But when they're actually connecting with something, not when they're sprouting off the latest fucking shit on the net or, some fucking meme. What's another word I fucking can't stand these days? Meme from 2015. So last year. I can wake up and smell the coffee. But this is the point. If you're connecting with Moo, I can't see how you can't be up on it. I can't see how you can't be having the same discoveries that everybody else who's fucking, rocking it is. That's all you do.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. No,
Well, I mean, people say how. Fucking look at the videos, bitches. I don't know. Do your own thing if you don't like ours, but just do it. And if your passion and your want is deep enough, it will happen. It will happen. You can't even stand in your own fucking way. Make that your beloved.
I dig it so hard. Yes.
That's the only time I'll use the beloved word, bitches. Beloved.
Making, yeah.
Now.
That is so
Speak.
Oh, so Fringe, right? The last season of Fringe. That was like, it was like watching a bit of a documentary. on right now. It really was.
Firstly, I can't believe you thought it stopped at number 4.
I never said that, did I?
Yeah, because I go, oh, don't you remember in the last thing of Fringe? And you go, no. And I go, when blah, 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 and you're like, oh, I didn't know there was that season. Oh, really? I'm like, yeah, that's the whole purpose of the whole fucking thing. You know what I mean? You create. It's I'm trying not to say the punchline, so if anyone else wants to see it, they can have the experience. But like,
it was like watching a documentary. There was every single episode in that final season was like so relevant to now on so many levels, and I don't want to spoil it either, but it is so relevant to what's happening right now. And I
think need to watch the whole lot of it.
Do
you need to watch 1 to 4 to watch the 5th series, or do you think the 5th series stands alone?
I think the 5th series stands alone.
All right,
I honestly do.
That's for you kids out there. I like the whole lot of it because that's just me.
Oh, I think it's worth it to watch the whole thing.
Oh, okay, but you can sit at 5 and have the...
Yeah, you can sit at 5 and have it as its own thing. It is beneficial to watch the rest of it, purely for like inspiration and to kind of just, you know, to have a look at other kinds of ideas. But I do believe that last one is just definitely its own. It carries itself. You don't need to know the other ones. It's so good.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
Teresa speaks. Teresa remotes. Alrighty then. I will have what you're having. So one last.